Welcome to the new training for the Designer Molding RMA module. For those of you who are not used to using the CRM system, first you'll want to go to the website for the CRM, and you would put the address in for the website as https://crm.cardinalaluminum.com. Once you do that, it's going to pull up the login page, and you will put in your username. In this case, you can see Harold Milby, and then you'll type in your password and then hit login. Once you've logged into the system, you will then go to a specific customer in order to enter an RMA. You can also look in your Sales Administration tab and see where it says Designer Molding RMAs. Click on the Designer Molding RMAs and it'll take you to the screen that shows you all of the RMAs that have been entered. Notice there is a search screen, and you can search by the person who created it. You can search for any RMAs that belong to a specific company or by who it is assigned to. If you want to know what's assigned to you, simply find your name. In this case, it's Harold Milby, and then hit search. And it will pull up all of the RMAs, as you can see, that are assigned to me. You'll also notice that you'll have a tracking number for each of the RMAs. Customer service, of course, always gets the tracking number because they send the customer a FedEx label for them to send back the product. By clicking on the tracking number, it will actually take you to the FedEx website and let you see that that product has already been delivered or what the status of the delivery is. In order to enter an RMA, simply find the company that you need to write the RMA for. In this case, I've already got Frame Specialties that I search for, and so here they are, Frame Specialties. I'll click on Frame Specialties, and then at that point it brings up the company document, or what we call the company record. And as we scroll down the page, you'll see where it says POCs. It talks about the history, any history that's their activities, and then you'll see Designer Molding RMAs. If there were currently any RMAs within the system for this particular customer, you would see a list of any of those RMAs. In this case, we're going to create an RMA. So as we click on the Create button, it opens up a blank RMA form. The RMA number is automatically generated, so there's no reason for you to enter anything in that particular space. The tracking number is something that customer service puts in where they get the FedEx tracking number to send the label. And then they'll also fill out email label 2, and that is the person that the email label actually goes to. By creating the RMA underneath the company record, this information for companies and accounts is already filled in automatically. There's a place for the product that is being sent back, a description of anything unusual about this particular RMA, and then the original invoice number would go here. The order replacement number would go here. If and when it is found out that this product is going to be added back into inventory, this button will be checked. But until then, it stays blank. The status of the account or of the RMA is here. So it's either received, received and returned to stock, received and scrapped, lost in transit. This is for customer service. Classification, this lets us know what the particular issue is. This is the total credit amount. If there's more than one item, customer service will fill this out. Assign to is very important because this is where customer service will assign this to either California or Indiana. Once it is completed by the warehouse, it needs to be reassigned back to the person who created it. This information here is for up to 4 items that are going to be returned on one RMA. This would be filled out by customer service. If there are more than 4 items that are being returned, then it'll be attached in a spreadsheet. What's important is the information for the warehouse. This information is crucial to be filled out correctly and taken on a case-by-case basis. The warehouse findings are either going to be legitimate or suspicious. If it is something that seems to be suspicious after the return is received, information should be written about that particular information or that particular product should be written in this field here. This is a free text area, so you can type whatever that you feel. If there is a discrepancy in material that is returned, for example, if they did not return what is said to be returned in the RMA, or the footage is different, they sent back 20 feet when they were supposed to send back 40 feet, then you would check this button, yes. It will always be yes, but if it needs to be changed to no, make sure that that is checked. And then if there is discrepancy, so if you do say yes, then you would want to type in what are those discrepancies. And then the last thing that the warehouse needs to do before reassigning it is to choose, is it scrapped, return to inventory, hold for vendor credit, use for samples. Those are the 4 choices. What's important is that not every RMA say scrapped, because we know that in most cases that will not be the case. In some cases we need to hold for vendor credit, or it's returned to inventory or used for samples. Once that's been filled out, then you go back here and you go back and assign it back to the person who created it. For example, we may say Shelley Combs. And then we would save the document by clicking this button, and then once we do, the RMA then gets sent back to the person who created it. Now once you look at some of the other RMAs that are already there and you find one that's actually been assigned to you, we'll leave this record without saving it. If a record has been assigned to you, this is what it'll look like when you open it. Again, the tracking number is in blue, which means you can click on this and it will actually go to FedEx and find the tracking information for you. In this case, if you're the warehouse, what you want to do is you'll see this is stuff that's already automatically set for this, but you'll want to change this once you receive the product in. So the thing you would need to do would be to go to Edit. This will allow you to edit, which means you can also assign the record back to the proper person once you've got it ready and you've completed your information. So then now you'll be able to make the changes. You can say it's suspicious. Then you can type in information. And then that way we have enough information to know why it is suspicious. Is there any discrepancies? In this case, no. And in this case, we would say it was scrapped because it was so damaged after they tried to get it apart. And so the only thing that you would need to do at this point would be to save the document. Obviously, you'll want to make sure this is done after you've reassigned it back to the person that it needs to go to. If you have any questions about working with the new RMA module or CRM in the system, please contact Donna Mauser or myself, and we'll be glad to walk you through it one more time. After you look through the video a few times, I think you'll get a pretty good understanding of how all of it works. So thanks for taking the opportunity to look at this training.